Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today we're talking about Don't Rein Me In. There are times in your life where you absolutely need to be reined in. You know, if you're being super delusional, if you're going after a toxic relationship, if you're going for a job that's not right for you, at times you are going to hope that the people in your life are going to say, whoa, calm down, relax, take a breath. The world isn't over. You're going to work through this. You're going to get better. There are absolutely times in life where being told to just relax or take a chill pill or just think about something is a great option. We love that. We absolutely love a friend who can say, whoa, you're doing something insane. You are talking crazy. That's fine. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is when I am being reined in for having a passion, having a love, trying to reach for the stars, like really trying to achieve goals. When I'm being sort of poo-pooed by someone who doesn't want me to succeed because they don't want me to, I don't know, get more successful and then leave them. Like, I don't intend to do that, but I feel like a lot of the time we put people down for having a passion or a love. Oh my gosh, you're into Lego, you're into video games, you do this thing that's unusual, you have a passion for model trains or whatever it is. We have this tendency to really hate on people that have something in their life that they really love or that they're trying to achieve. When I first started the whole social media thing, there were a few people in my life that thought it was super cringy, and some of them were really good with it. They were like, that's super cringy, but you go, have fun with it. But some of them were like, why would you do that? That's so lame. Why do you even see this becoming? And that kind of reining in is not fun. It's being negative. It's being a total downer. It's killing the vibe. And at the time, I just thought social media would be this fun thing to try and see where it goes. I didn't put huge expectations in it. I didn't bank my economic future on it. And I was just really interested in making videos and sharing stories and talking about life and, connecting with people on a deeper level. And yet I had all these people who were just not encouraging, and they were really trying to say, you shouldn't do this because I don't understand it. I don't understand why you would get any kind of joy or pleasure out of it. And that is a real shame because, in all honesty, it's been such a fun thing and I love doing it and I will continue to do it for the foreseeable future. But there have been so many things. I did gymnastics as a kid and I had older relatives like my parents' siblings and things like that who were just like, why are you putting him in gymnastics? It's like, well, because the kid really likes gymnastics. I really enjoyed it. It was great to get out the energy and, do something a little different, especially from where I'm from. Boys don't typically do gymnastics, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And I have found throughout my life, I get into different passions, different things that I enjoy. And there are always a few people who look at it with suspicion, and they look at it as though, why are you wasting your time with this? Why are you bothering with this? And the short answer is because I love it and I don't want to be reined in. I don't want to be told you aren't going to like this thing just because you aren't going to like this thing. I'm happy to find it out for myself. And there's no shame in saying, you know what, this isn't for me, or social media isn't for me, or, getting into Lego isn't for me. But on the whole, I think it is totally fine and probably preferable to have a passion, have an excitement, have something that lights up your world and makes you feel really good. And to be reined in like that is just really sad. And I think it's very fitting that we call it reined in. I know it's spelled differently than the word rain, as in water falling, but these people do want to rain on your parade and they want to rein you in and, say, just calm down, just come hang out with us. We don't want anything crazy. Don't let this crazy passion take over your life or change your life in any way. And you have to be really careful because you can really love these people. And I do really love these people, but I have to take their advice with a grain of salt. I have to take their advice with a cautionary discretion because I know that they love me and they love our relationship and everything that it's done. but they also don't necessarily want change. And I feel like that's the heart of this, the root of this question and this idea is that the people reining you in are people who dislike change. They dislike any kind of shakeup in their lives or movement, and they are pretty content with how they are, who they are, what they're doing, who you are as a person, and they're worried that this change will upset your relationship, change you as a person, maybe turn you into something that is not necessarily healthy or good for a future, continuing of the relationship. But they should trust you. They should have the faith in you that you are going to succeed and do what you love. And sure, if something gets a little too toxic or difficult, I'm happy to take their advice. I'm happy to have a conversation and say, yeah, maybe horseback unicycling really isn't for me. But until such time, I feel as though I am the best at making decisions for my life. You are probably the best suited person in your life to make decisions. And so as long as you've thought of something carefully and you're doing it in a slow, meaningful, mindful way, like you're really thinking about it, you're not just taking something on because you want to try and fill a void or, take on a profession or a hobby that makes you look cool for the sake of looking cool. As long as you've thought about it and thought about how it impacts your life, and you're an overthinker just like I am, so you've probably thought about it a good amount, and you're probably very careful about what you let into your life and not let into your life. I remember a while ago, this is a while ago, like many years, I was seeing this guy, and one of my friends just hated him and had never met this guy. But my friend really hated this guy because I think it's because I talked about him all the time. And I was like, oh, this guy's so great. And my friend was really not a fan of this guy. We never ended up dating or anything, but I did have a very good relationship in the time that we had together. But I remember my friend would even sort of drag him when we were talking to people I didn't know. We'd be hanging out with her friends and she would bring up like, oh yeah, Jack's obsessed with this guy and he's no good for him. And this guy is not interested in seeing Jack in any way, shape or form. And it was very hurtful. And regardless of the fact if it was true or not, it turned out that it wasn't true at all. But even if it had been true, it was a very hurtful thing to hear from a friend who was basically trying to like rein me in, but also like distributing my personal life to random people I never met and never knew. And it put a serious strain on my relationship. So another thing that you have to be careful with is when you attempt to rein in a friend, when you're attempting to sort of put the brakes on a friend's crazy ambitions or something, you have to be really careful because this thing could be really important to them and you're not realizing how important it is to them. And that can really strain a relationship because boy, howdy, we were such a strong friendship and we did survive that. We got back to where we should have been, but I had to have some really serious conversations with her, basically saying, you know what, like it's fine to live your life the way you do. It's fine to live the life the way I do, but it's not okay to rein me in or make me feel like I'm some kind of problem for making the decisions in my life I think are best or the most advantageous to me or the most enjoyable, frankly. Like these decisions don't have to be life-changing. They don't have to be moving across to Australia. They don't have to be, getting a huge facial tattoo. These decisions can be really minor, and yet the pushback you can receive from people in your life, from family and whoever it might be, can be really big. Like it can be very disheartening to hear someone you love, especially like a parent or a partner or a friend, say to you, I think you're totally insane. Like you need to calm down. This is like, you're so delusional right now. That can be really hurtful. It can be true. Like I said, it can be true in situations where it sucks and you're making a really big mistake. But like I said, if you're thinking about things critically and you're managing your life the way you want to manage it, there's nothing wrong with taking a shot and really reaching for your hobby, your goal, your dream, your career, your relationship, whatever it might be. So my advice at the end of all of this is that you need to be careful of the people in your life who try and rein you in. Sometimes they're giving you great advice. Sometimes they save your life. But sometimes they keep you from doing something that you truly love, and they keep you from taking that shot. And sometimes that really sucks. So thank you for watching. Let me know your experiences with this. Have you had friends that have reined you in and you just regret it? You regret being talked down from a really exciting situation? And have you ever done it to someone else? Have you ever kept someone from getting just absolutely destroyed by a situation because you were like, hey, I love you, but maybe don't. Maybe just don't. I don't know. Maybe calm down, have a matcha. I don't know. Let me know your stories. Thank you for watching. As always, I hope you're having an amazing day, week, month, year, century, millennium, whatever you're having. I hope it's amazing. And as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.